And WHHI sportscaster Marcus Walsh is with us now. He has an interview with Bryce Lybrand, who is the head football coach of Beaufort High School.
Marcus Walsh here for the Beaufort News, and joining me now is head coach of the Beaufort Eagles football team, Bryce Lybrand. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good to see you, and congratulations on back-to-back Coach of the Year in the region titles. Talk a little bit about your philosophy coming here to Beaufort and coaching these guys the last couple of years.
Yeah, philosophy is just that, first and foremost, we want to make them really good people. We think if we have a bunch of really good guys, that ultimately the football part of it will take care of itself. And through these first 2 years, we're starting to see that. So that's kind of the main philosophy. We have some philosophies football-wise, but the character part of it's more important than the football part of it.
Talk a little bit about some of the guys that go both ways. In terms of sports, you see a lot of football players and basketball players that you've coached up the last couple of years. Talk about some of those guys and highlight them a little bit.
Yeah, well, for us, Daniel Ferris is a guy that everybody's seen. Both the Dennison brothers are on the football team. And so we've had a lot of guys that have played multiple sports, and we want them to play multiple sports. I want them to be kids and enjoy being kids, and we also want guys that are competitive. I want guys that want to go out and compete in everything, and so we encourage them to play other sports. We got guys in wrestling and track and basketball, and so that's kind of part of who we are. I think our other athletic coaches here do a really good job of trying to promote their sports and get their kids to play football as well. So it's kind of all hands on deck to try to get everybody in together.
In 2019, the team was 4-6, and then 5-2 last year. Both seasons 3-0 in region play. Talk about the transformation that you saw with the team from year one to year two.
Yeah, I think they just started to have some belief that we were supposed to win football games, and that's part of building a program is getting them to believe that when we're playing really good football teams that we're just as good as anybody and we can play with anybody. And they started to believe that this year, and we got to build off that. We're going to have another really tough schedule next year, which is part of our philosophy of how we want to do things. But just trying to get these kids to the next level, and certainly great leadership always helps with that, and we've had that the past 2 years, and I'm excited about this senior class coming up. I think we'll have it again this year. So just building it step by step. It's taking little steps, and we've done that the first 2 years, and hopefully we can do that again in year 3.
Finally, for those that don't know as much about you, talk a little bit about your background in coaching.
I grew up in Greenwood, South Carolina. I played for a guy named Shell Dula, who's a legend in South Carolina high school football. Went to Clemson, worked for the football team there, worked for Coach Swinney, worked for Billy Napier, who's the head coach at the University of Louisiana Lafayette, and then went to Carson Newman and GA'd there, worked for a man named Ken Sparks, who is one of the top 5 winningest college football coaches in history. Then I was able to come back to South Carolina. I worked at Fort Dorchester for a couple of years, went to Wando for a year, and then I was at Providence High School in Charlotte, North Carolina for 2 years as offensive coordinator. Then came down here and was coordinator for a year, and then got the head coaching job. So been around a little bit, but I've been really fortunate to be around really good football coaches who have shown me how to do things the right way. Who I think kind of groomed me to be a head coach. They knew what my aspirations were, and so I'm extremely blessed to have had the opportunities that I've had.
Coach, thanks so much for a couple of minutes here this evening.
Yes, sir.
And
thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way into next season.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Appreciate it.
You got it. For WHHI TV, I'm Marcus Walsh. Let's send it on back to the Beaufort News.
A big thank you to our guests, contributors, our communications manager, Latia Nelson, our production coordinator behind the scenes, Gustavo Ratia, and most of all to you, our viewers, for watching. And that's the way it is this week in our Low Country Gem of the South. Please wear your mask and continue to practice social distancing so that you and others can stay healthy. I'm Robin Zimmerman, and we'll see you next time on the Beaufort News.